Hey, Kat here, and I'm here to do another August book haul because, as you can tell, I have made up my room. See, room. Look at it. This isn't my whole room, but that's all I'm really going to show you. Or you'll see how much clothes I have everywhere. Yay! Who does laundry? Who puts stuff in the laundry basket? Not me. Anywho, so as I was going through my shelves and making them up, I noticed how many books I have that I do not care about nor will read anymore. So I gave them away to a local bookstore and got a lot of store cred. So yeah, I also bought some books off my Kindle because they were like super cheap, like $2, and I was like, I'm right here. I'll pay for it. I'll give you my $2 begrudgingly, but I'll give it. So the first book, I messed up. So the first book I'm going to show you is Cujo by Stephen King. I bought on my Kindle, so you get this copy of it. Yay! It's cute. Look how cute he is. And I love this movie as a kid. It was my favorite movie as a child. I would just sit there and watch that dog kill people, and I had a great time. And that's actually why I wanted to name my dog my childhood dog Fenris. I wanted to name him Cujo, and I wanted him to be a Saint Bernard, but I didn't get any of that. Instead, I got a German Shepherd mix, and his name was Fenris. So, yay! Anyway, Cujo, in case you didn't know, is about a dog who gets bit by a bat and gets rabies and terrorizes a town. And amongst the town is a boy and his mother, and they are trapped as this dog goes on a rampage and tries to kill people. And it's great. Love it. The next book I got is Deerskin. Oh, you can't really see it. Oh, you can't see it. Can you see it? Can you see it? There's a dog. He's cute. Actually, it's not cute. I'm not a big fan of greyhounds. They look weird to me. And I got this also on the Kindle, obviously, or I wouldn't have shown you on my iPad. And Deerskin is very interesting because it's a lot darker Robert McKinley premise than what I'm really used to. Robert McKinley being the author and all. And that is a king and queen and a princess all live in this nice castle being all happy and, rule and shit and stuff. And then the queen dies. And the queen is the king's absolute true love. And I forgot what it was. It's like something. So, the queen's dying words were, I want you to promise me you will only marry someone as beautiful as I was. Because she was very pretty, I'm guessing. And then her daughter ends up growing up to look a lot like her mom. Like, spitting image of her mom. So, her dad gets a bit on the handsy side. And she runs away in the forest with a dog. As we all would. Not gonna lie, if I would totally run into the forest with a dog and never come back home. Ever. So I can see where it's coming from. But like I said, this is a much darker Robert McKinley story than what I'm used to. I'm used to like just some tough chicks fighting some dragons. Or falling in love with monsters. If you read Sunshine or Beauty. So yeah. So this next book, I'm not really sure what it was about, but I got it for free. And that is The Just City by Jo Walton, and I kind of know it's about some gods, and I skimmed through the summary, and there was robots, and I'm not quite sure what this is about. And I think I'm gonna go into it blind. And how I got it free is going to the Tor website and joining their ebook book of the month or whatever, and they just give out free books. So that's how I got this one. That's also how I got Three Body Problem. So I would hit up that train if I were you. Just saying. I need to put this down somewhere. Alright, now down to physical. Let's get physical. Physical. Yeah, physical books. So the first two I have to show you is The Fire Within by Chris Delancey, and this is about a guy named David who ends up moving into this new house with this new family. I'm going to assume he got orphaned through car crash or something, or maybe he's just there for the summer. I don't know. It's middle grade. You start hearing repeats of how kids end up in weird situations, and he hangs out in this new house with their 11-year-old daughter, the people who are taking care of him. And the people who are taking care of him, have a collection of dragons. And there are secrets in these dragons. And it's up to David to solve that mystery. But I heard the dragons that are so blatantly obvious on this cover aren't in the first book. But luckily, I have the second one, which is Icefire, which I heard the dragons start coming about in this one. These one, they're just some stone things. This one, things are going down crazy. Get nasty with some dragons, meaning they'll probably eat you or something. I don't know how dragons get nasty. Okay? I just assume they eat people with ketchup and get very messy, like barbecue. Innocent. On to the next books. I have Sword Point, which by Ellen Kruschner, which is not how you pronounce that name. So what I understand from Sword Point here is that this guy, I already forgot his name, it's gone, is a really hardcore badass hero, and he is getting bored, and he lives and dies by Swords Point. That was literally a quote off the Goodreads page. Not even on here. This is nothing. It's blurbs. I hate it when they do that. But anyway, I've heard really good things about this book because it has I guess he's bisexual representation, which, like, whatever, I don't care when it's in books, but that is really adorable, and I'm all about adorable relationships. I am, seriously. That's why I haven't given up on the Mercy Thompson series yet, because I love crazy, cute relationships. I love it. It makes me happy, and I don't care what gender. I don't care. As long as they're cute and adorable and makes me laugh. Love it. So I am excited to get into this. I've heard great things, and George R. R. Martin really likes it. So next, I have Thomas A. Rhymer by the same author, and it looks like this. And this is a contemporary fantasy, I guess is what people call it. And this is about a guy who, I think he accidentally betrays the elf queen, and he can only say the truth, and he needs to break that curse, because I can't be saying the truth all day. I would be murdered on the spot. I'm already a judgmental asshole. Imagine if I speak everything that was on my mind, like every single word. It's like, did you like the food? I was like, no, shit. Just straight up. That's not good. Anyway, he has to break the spell, and apparently this is a fairy tale, I'm gonna guess, of Ireland somewhere. It's usually where the bard tales come from. Next, I have the next two books of the Diurney series by Katherine Kurtz. So here's volume 2, which is Diurney Checkmate, and this one's High Diurney, and this is 2 and 3, and 1's over there, and it's completely in different cover. This is like the old school one, and I got a new school one for the first one. So that one's going to be hip, and it's going to be hanging out with the oldies. It's fine, because this was only like $1.75, and I used store credit, so I didn't even have to pay for it. So, Next two books I'm actually not very proud of. I really like the author, but he's kind of an asshole, so I don't really like paying for his books like in a bookstore. So every time I see him, I just end up picking up the books. So I picked up Empire by Orson Scott Card, and then Hidden Empire by Orson Scott Card. And apparently, these are the worst books he's ever written. And that's saying something because I've read some horrible books by him. So, and that's just in the Ender series alone. And I love that series. And worse, and you know a book is bad? When all of the blurbs in the back are not even of the book. They're just like Shadow of the Giant. That's part of the Bean series. Shadow Puppets, also part of Ender Shadow series. This is all part of Ender Shadow. It's not even part of the Ender series. That's how bad they are. They couldn't even go with the original installment of the series to find blurbs because they didn't have the money for people to support it. What? Anyway, apparently military science fiction with a lot of political heaviness of Orson Scott Card's opinion on America. Yay! But I had to. I had to. I'm gonna read them. I'm gonna read both of them. I'm gonna force myself to do it. To say, I will read every single Orson Scott Card book. It'll be horrible. I may hate myself at times, but it will happen. The next book I just kind of got because everybody talks about it, including like my friends and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, you should read it." I don't know, but I found it. It was cheap, like 50 cents, and that is Poison Study by Maria V. Snyder, and this is about a girl who committed a crime and she needs to die, but they decided to just let her taste some food to see if it's poison, which I think is a pretty good gig, not dig, gig. I think personally, I mean, I eat food thinking I'm gonna die anyway because I eat like horrible food for me. So one of these days it's gonna kill me. I don't know. I think this is a good job. Instead of getting like murdered or something, not unless the poison's slow and deadly. Oh, if the poison is slow and painful, like Joffrey's, you know what I'm talking about? If you guys see, oh, that might have been a spoiler. It was all over the newspapers, but now it can't be that big of a spoiler. But anyway, you know what death I'm talking about in Game of Thrones? It's like if it was like that stuff, I'd rather go buy the Galantine. Next, I have Revelation Space by Alastair Reynolds, and it looks like this, and it's super shiny, so of course you can't see it. And I like these, like, not mass paperback, but are mass paperback. I kind of like that. That's cool. It fits my face. And I took the sticker off, so now it's like sticky. Need to put some oil on that. Anyway, this is about a colony getting wiped out like over 1,000 years ago. Yep, 900,000 years ago. And there's still evidence of this colony being wiped out, and people decide to re-inhabit it. And this one guy named Diane wants to find out the truth of why the last one was destroyed. So he is adventurous, much more adventurous than me, and I give him kudos. Kudos. The next book I got is because my best friend on earth always keeps telling me to read it, and she even let me borrow it, and I still didn't read it. So yeah, and that is Let's Pretend This Never Happened, a mostly true memoir by Jenny Lawson, the bloggers. And apparently she wrote this new one called Furiously Happy or something. I don't know, this is her old one. And apparently, from what my friend says, it is freaking hilarious. Freaky hilarious. And there's this thing where her dad's doing puppets out of dead animals. And if that doesn't make you laugh, you are sane and a human being. So I'm going to give this a shot. I'm going to read it. It's going to be good. I'm excited. I am so stoked. And plus, I haven't read a memoir this year yet. Or ever. So, yay. And last but not least, because my dad bought it for me actually, because we really like the series and he wanted to know my thoughts and all that. I have Harry Potter, the Cursed Child by people that aren't J.K. Rowling. John Tiffany, Jack Thorne. So I'm not proud. I'm curious not proud. I'm proud to have. I'm fine with owning this, but I am not really looking forward to this. Why can't she just give me a new book? I mean, I'm fine with a new movie. Okay, fine, give me a movie, but it's a play. You give me a play. Give me a novelization of the play at least. But no, we got to play for our 8th official Harry Potter book. The one I'm going to put on my shelf next to my nice looking Hogwarts complete set. She wants me to put this nothing next to that. I am not happy. So, those are my thoughts. Haven't read it yet. Probably will read it this month because everyone's talking about it. And I want to talk shit with everybody else. Talk shit or, talk good shit. Either way, there'd be shit talking. So, that's the end of my book haul for now. I am going to buy some more Kindle books when my paycheck comes in. Because there are some books on the Kindle monthly deals that I want really bad. So, yeah. Check out my room, guys. Look at that. Look at the comic shelf. Look at that comic shelf. Sexy. Oh, that's my Final Fantasy X sword. Where's my baby Buster? Oh. There's Buster. Yeah, he's sexy. Also, that is Tony Stark and a baby. As a baby.